If you're anything like me, you hate paying for health insurance because it seems like a waste of money for something that you might not use. However, you are going to need it for your visa. We're in Portugal and we started off on an international health plan that was moderately priced, but now that we're here, we have switched to something else and we have saved a lot of money. I'm going to tell you what we did. One of the requirements for the D7 visa is you have to have health insurance before you actually apply. So we started looking at the different options and we found Insured Nomads, which we have a link in the description below for them, and we really like them. However, we were on a very robust type of insurance because we thought we would be traveling a lot more. Well, now that we're actually in Portugal, we've decided that we can switch from that robust health insurance and we can switch over to something that's a little cheaper. The current requirement for the visa is 6 months. Well, Josh and I went ahead and did a 1-year policy, but then when we got to Portugal, we were talking with some other expats and they were telling us of the great opportunities that Millennium Bank actually gives you. So we were keen to try that out once our policy finished up. Before we talk about the savings that we made with the health insurance and the process we went through, I want to take a quick second to talk to you guys about taking care of yourself. A lot of you guys have written emails, comments about how anxious you are doing this whole process, and we totally get it because we did the same thing. You can check out our videos and we were anxious as well. So it got me thinking, how can I find resources and how can I help people with this type of anxiety? And then I thought, you know what, a lot of people have talked to me about Skillshare, and I wasn't very familiar with what Skillshare was, so I started looking a little bit to help like with meditation or yoga or something like that. And I actually went on a little bit of a rabbit hole because Josh is always telling me that my photography skills need improving, and there were a lot of videos for photography, and I was actually really excited because I ended up coming across Nathaniel Drew. And if you guys remember, Josh and I did a language challenge and we actually used Nathaniel Drew and his methods on YouTube to go through this challenge, and he's on Skillshare. So I was like, how cool is that? Well, what else can I find? And of course, I went down this rabbit hole and then I was like, wait a second, I need to go back and I need to find some awesome resources, some courses, some workshops that would be really helpful for our viewers. And I found a lot of great things that would help with anxiety, stress, and even those of you who are looking to work remotely, maybe make a little cash or just have a hobby, there are courses and workshops on there to help you get out there with an online business. So Skillshare has so much to offer. I was so surprised. I would highly recommend checking them out. If you're new to Skillshare, that's really cool because we have a link for you, and it's in the description below. The first 1,000 people to use that link will get their first month free on Skillshare Premium. So check out that link. Now let's get back to health insurance and the savings you can make. Now, before you light up the comment section, I'm not comparing the US and Portugal as far as doctors go or anything like that, but I do want to note that Portugal actually ranks 12th in the world according to the World Population Review for having the best healthcare globally. WHO also has done a study about how good the Portuguese healthcare is, so you can definitely check that out and be okay with the fact that you're using a local company or bank for your healthcare in Portugal. About a week before our international policy was about to expire, we walked into the Millennium and we took a number. Once our number was popped up on the screen, we went and we explained what we needed. And it was in English, of course. A lot of the bankers speak English, so you don't have to worry about the Portuguese here. It's difficult because you probably don't know those terms. So we went and we told him what we needed, and he pulled up 3 options, option A, B, and C. And pretty much the same way you would get insurance in the States, it had the different options of what it covered, how much you would pay, how much it would cover, the exclusions, and all those things. So we took a look at what they were. We didn't really like option A. It was a lower coverage, and with the baby and traveling and everything, we thought, well, maybe we need something higher. So that gave us option B and C. Now, this is all about personal preference about what you want. Now, the cool thing about Millennium is option C covers you if you have something more serious. They'll actually take you to different big hospitals around the world to help you out with something that might be serious that comes up. So the cool thing is the banker, he stepped away for a minute and he let Josh and I talk about what we wanted. And for us, we were saving a lot of money, so we went ahead and went with the highest option, option C, and even with that, we saved 175 euros a month. Give yourself plenty of time to go in and do this because it took us about 2 hours. Now we did wait for 30 minutes because there weren't many bankers who were available at the time, but that's always a possibility when you go into a bank. So we went in, it took about 2 hours. They asked us things like our health history, our age, our birthday, and those little questions that they need to know so that they can get you set up. Another thing to note too is it looks like this is only available if you're 65 and under, so you will have to find a different avenue if you're older. Health insurance is all about preference, so you want to take a look at kind of the deductibles you want to pay for and everything like that. So we won't go into too much detail about what we chose, but check out your bank in Portugal after you get here to see what they offer, because Millennium's not the only bank that offers these very inexpensive type health insurances. Now, if you want to see how we did everything to get the D7 visa, then click this playlist right here and you can watch how we went through it. Also, make sure you check out Skillshare in the link below, and let's get started.